Mongoose Jake here again with another video. This time I wanted to do a pistol shootout of some of the more commonly available and popular revolvers. Now that's going to include pistols such as the very common and highly popular Hammer Shot, the Nerf Disruptor, and the Strong Arm, because yes, the Strong Arm still is available through Amazon. It's becoming an Amazon exclusive. And also, I'm going to do the X-Shot Reflex, which I have reviewed a long time ago, and I may do a newer review to go over it because it's been updated. And last but not least, Busby's Zenith pistol. Now this is the Zenith, not the thermal Zenith. I know that's kind of a one little add-on, but it does change the price and the accessories. This comes with a little flip-up sight. The thermal Zenith, of course, comes with Busby's very neat and effective thermal sight. But what we're going to do is we're going to go over the performance that I have found, the price, what you get with them, and I'm going to pick a winner of the 5. And I'll actually give you a little bit of a breakdown beyond that. But let's get started. First up will be the Nerf offerings from their Elite line. Of course, the Hammer Shot is also Nerf from the Zombie Strike series. These two pistols are extremely, extremely similar. Because, well, quite honestly, the Disruptor was brought out to kind of phase out the Strong Arm. And I have a few of the Strong Arms myself. Found it to be a pretty reliable, solid pistol in stock form. It offers a pop-out cylinder that holds 6 darts, top prime, and also, hold down the trigger, slam fire. Very neat pistol, lots of mods out there, been out there for a while. It itself replaced the old Maverick, and this thing was well liked, and there's not much to complain about it. Doesn't have a huge amount of power, but it is comfy, solid, and that is kind of fun. I mean, admit it, it brings the kid out of you. The fact that you pop it out, spin it like the old Western revolvers, load it, pop it back in, and then go to firing. And basically, the Disruptor just does away with the whole cylinder popping out trick. It is, in all functional ways, the same pistol, just with an open front end that you just rotate and load darts into the cylinder directly. And again, you can single fire it or slam fire. Both pistols have a top rail for attachments, and both cost a little bit over $10, with this being available both through Walmart and through Amazon for $10.88. The Strong Arm now is a little bit more, actually. It goes for about $12.99 on Amazon's website. The Hammer Shot, well, it's a whole different bag. It only holds 5 darts. It still has the top rail. It primes completely different. Of course, you can just grab it with your thumb, and it's like a single action revolver, because that's what it is. It's Nerf's single action revolver. It has a plunger tube right here, and the spring is actually down in the handle. Very neat design. I give major credit to Nerf for coming up with this. This is one of their most original concepts that they've ever done. And I happen to really love the Lawbringer, which was born from this. I like all the Hammer Shot, hammer primed blasters. They're all fun. And no, they're not powerhouses. They're actually on the weekend of the scale. But I'll go over that here in just a bit. Right now, this is actually the most expensive of this little shootout, coming in at $15.99 retail. Now you can wait for sales because these do go on sale, and they've been out long enough now that you can second-hand them. And that goes for the other pistols in this comparison as well. However, it is the most expensive, because you got to go by retail price for this. Most expensive and least powerful. Something to keep in mind for later. But again, the ability to prime and fire with one hand means you can dual wield them. That is a trick up its sleeve that the others don't have. The X-Shot Reflex. This should be looked at as the direct competitor to the Disruptor. It originally came out actually around the same time, or maybe even slightly before, with the older yellow version, and I did a comparison in one of my very early videos on this channel when I started converting away from gaming into Nerf content. I did a video on this compared to the Strong Arm, and I actually found I liked this better at that time, and that was with the older yellow version. This new version has, of course, the new color scheme with the translucent blue priming rod, and this is actually sold for only $8 because X-Shot is actually available in Dollar Generals. You can find it online for different prices, but this retails for $8. Comes with extra darts, comes with a couple other extra shots, little can targets that you can click together or leave them separate for $8. And has above average performance. This actually will shoot higher than elite performance. And it's very easy to prime. Despite having good power, you can easily prime it with one finger. No slam fire. And this rail is for looks. I believe you can actually get some things to clamp to it, but it's mostly for looks. It's a comfortable pistol. If you wanted it to be perfect, you would sand down a little bit of this little hook here at the end. But even for my hand, it doesn't bother me. These are very lightweight pistols. And they're very reliable, very, very consistent, and it's also the least expensive of the group. Coming in, like I said, retailing for $8 in your local Dollar Generals. Now, again, you can find it online, and I'll put links to all these pistols. Now, one of the more unique, along with the hammer shot, is the Busby Zenith. This is a pistol that's not really meant to be holstered. This pistol is meant to be your primary. It comes with a very comfortable grip, and that's, some people's complaint with Busby is small grips. Well, that one fits my hand absolutely perfect. I mean, this is the perfect grip. If Busby, I know you watch some of my videos, Busby, put this style of grip on everything you make, and you're gonna satisfy a lot of people. But this little pistol is a little bit chunkier than some of them because that is a pump action grip there, and that's got some power. This is not the most expensive one in the group. This falls in at a retail price of $12.99. It comes shipped out with their Precise Pro darts, which again are the best darts on the market. And I have something coming up on my channel here in the not so distant future, featuring the creator of the Busby Precise Pro darts, but focusing on the Zenith itself. Also comes with a little flip-up sight, and it's a ladder sight which has notches built into it, and it's actually usable. Because the Precise Pro darts that this ships with are accurate enough for you to actually place a shot on a target, and this has little notches where you can actually adjust for range. Very neat. But $12.99, or if you don't want the little flip-up sight and you want the thermal sight, you can get that for $18.99, which would put this as the most expensive. However, none of the others come with attachments, so I'm not going to use that example to go by. So it's $12.99. Now on to performance. At the bottom of the barrel for performance, this example that I used for comparison, and just to make sure it's completely fair, I use the exact same set of Nerf Elite darts. This is what I used for chronograph testing, was a standard set of the blue Nerf Elite darts. I fired the same exact set of darts through all blasters, so as fair as I can possibly get it to be. This comes out of the weakest of the bunch. This example is only averaging 61 feet per second firing brand new blue Nerf Elite darts. Next up, firing the exact same darts, both the strong arm and the disruptor averaged dead on the 70 feet per second mark. I rounded it up, it was 69.5, but I'm rounding them to even numbers. 70 feet per second, which they're elite blasters, and they're hitting the exact elite average. No surprise there. But moving on. Next most powerful blaster. Again, firing those exact same set of darts, over 20 shots, that's how I did it. Actually 24 shots. Reloaded them all 4 times, or I reloaded all these 4 times. I did 25 shots with the hammer shot because it only holds 5. But over 20 shots, this averaged 74 feet per second. A little more powerful than the Nerf Elites. The Zenith, however, is the powerhouse of the group, breaking just over 80 feet per second. Again, I rounded it slightly down. It was averaging on my chronograph 80.4 feet per second, firing Nerf Elites. Absolute powerhouse. This runs the internals of their full-size blasters. It does not run a cut-down, smaller setup like the other blasters do. This is a potent pistol. If you do not want to carry around a rifle-style blaster, this is definitely the one to pick. Now, personal preference. I'm not going to hold the blaster. I'm going to tell you my personal preferences and my decision on the Shootout. Ergonomics of all the blasters are very personal preference. I find myself most comfortable with the Busby Zenith if I'm going to use the thing as a primary, followed actually closely by the hammer shot. Hammer shot's not very powerful, but it is comfortable to, grab that hammer back, fire, and then do it again. And the reason why I put for ergonomics, the Zenith above the rest is it's more comfortable to use in underhand prime. I guess I will hold it. This is comfortable. This is natural. And if you're only going to use a pistol, that's actually just as fast or faster than slam firing up above, which is not your common position for your hand to be in. This feels normal. And you can just pump out 80 feet per second shots all day long. And again, if I'm going to use this as primary, I want it to be comfy. This grip fits my hand to a T. The foregrip is one of the best foregrips out on the market, regardless of brand. This thing is as good as it gets, ergonomically for a pistol, with the hammer shot following closely behind because of the uniqueness of its design. And actually, I would put the reflex from X-Shot just behind the hammer shot. The prime of it is so light. It's getting its power due to draw length. You know, volume in the plunger tube is diameter plus length. You know, make one or the other bigger and you get more air volume, which equals more power. Well, it's got a long draw length. It makes more power. It's light. The spring load is not very heavy. Feels good. And then last, of course, is the two Nerf Elite pistols. So it brings me to my final judgment on these pistols. I would rate at the bottom of the barrel actually the two Nerf Elite ones tied at the bottom. You know, it's tied for fourth. There's not a fifth place finisher. They are fine pistols. They're not bad. It's just they're outclassed. They're a little more expensive than the X-Shot, and that's why I put the X-Shot just above them. The X-Shot beats them in power, has just as good ergonomics, and just as good a quality. It's only $8, or I'm going to put a link to a 2-pack for $15. So for just a little bit more, you can get double, which is good for if you're going to try to set up a couple of kids, or if you and a buddy want to play. You got two of them for $15, which is about the same price range we're looking at. The hammer shot can't take the top place. It's the most expensive pistol with the lowest power. Now it's great for modding, great for customizing. The world is your possibility. The options are endless with customizing a hammer shot. Stuff out there like crazy. Metal hammers, metal triggers, spring upgrades, cylinder upgrades, everything. Everything you can possibly imagine, that pistol's got it for customization. But if you're looking stock versus stock, it's the weakest and the most expensive. Which brings us to the winner. The winner, of course, only one left, the Busby Zenith. If you're going to compare it, you're only going to pick up one pistol. You need to look at the Busby Zenith. The ergonomics are fantastic. Busby stepped up the quality insanely high. This is every bit as good as anything else on the market quality-wise. And it's comfortable. This pistol grip is one of the best ones Busby's ever made. This front prime, this grip here, is the best one of everything on the market that I've ever tried. They need to keep this, use this, never move away from it for all of their prime blasters. And the power. This thing is a powerhouse in stock form, like most Busby blasters are, hitting over 80 feet per second with Nerf Elite darts, and it'll push even higher than that with the Precise Pros. So for $12.99 you get the most powerful pistol of the group with some of the best ergonomics of the group, and also it's not the most expensive of the group. That's a win-win all around. So for my revolving Nerf pistol shootout, the Busby Zenith is definitely my vote for the winner. Again, comes down to personal preference. There's not a huge gap in these. The hammer shot's going to be somebody's go-to pistol for a secondary. This would be the one I would pick if I'm picking one pistol, and that's what I'm going to use, and that's all I'm going to use. Hammer shot's probably the better secondary. So I will throw that as one little caveat. But again, this is Mongoose Jake with my Nerf revolver shootout with the Busby Zenith as the grand final winner. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.